Hello guys, this is Avcoor and I'm going to do the second part of the banner and we're going to talk about Cait Sith. Some people are down on this weapon, but understand with Cait Sith and this weapon that this is a very experimental character. Like the devs are trying new things and we have to see where it goes. We have to see where it goes. So I don't think it's bad, but we have to see where it goes. Let's start with the party jacket. First of all, I actually like the design that they're doing with Kite Sith. So with buff, debuff, extension, that's always good. The fact that this actually applies well with multiple weapons is also really good. Critical potency arcanum is very experimental because your critical damage is 50%. I've seen a lot of people on our Facebook page actually utilize this to great effect, but they are whales. So that scares me a little bit. There's not a lot of people in the dolphin range that have taken this weapon and shown videos and given us feedback on what they can do with it. So I'm not really sure how to gauge it. But for whales that actually make use of critical potent arcanum, so we know it's legit. We just don't know if the mid-range players like me or the younger, newer players can actually utilize that. So that's experimental for for dolphins and minnows. So flower base. Once again, flower base is a very experimental weapon. As of course you increase your magic attack. Also, Reagan is applied to a single ally. We got that part. So haste is applied, and haste actually increases your ATB bar. So a lot of people have tested this out and they find it to be inconsistent, but when it does work, it works and it actually changes the game dramatically. So my thoughts on haste is you have to expect them to have the rate that low. If the rate goes to 50%, then it's a must have weapon for everybody. Because if you play Bahamut EX2, there is a moment in time where I think that this weapon would have been critical. I cleared it, but when you look at it in hindsight, if you had more speed and if your ATB bar increased faster, that would have changed the whole game. And that's the problem with this weapon. Haste in this game is more potent than it would be in another game. Say, for instance, War of the Roses or something like that. So, if they increase the power of haste, then it's going to change the meta as a whole. You're going to have haste on everything. So, in my opinion, I think this is fair because this weapon has the potential to break the game if the rate goes higher. So as far as the weapon itself, it's pretty solid. The stats are a little bit kind of meh right now, but this is the thing I want you to look at. Look at the boost magic attack and the boost magic ability potency. This is where this weapon shines to me, in my opinion. Those are really high for a one-off at 120. So if you're a free-to-play player and you actually have the resources to take this to 120, you're getting 40 points of magic attack and 12 points of magic boost potency. So I'm looking at Tifa to an extent. Like if I get this weapon when I'm trying to go for Tifa, this thing is super potent. It is super potent to be a sub weapon. And that's the thing you're going to learn about this character is that he is a reliable investment because a lot of his weapons are like this. They have really great R abilities. So now when you look at it, your magic attack is increased to high, right? So that's really good if you're going to buff another character, say for instance Tifa, or say for instance Sephiroth. This would really be good for Sephiroth because you increase his speed and you also increase his haste or speed if you his magic attack and his speed if you were lucky enough to pull that off. And he gets Reagan, so he would no longer need his own weapon to do that, which is really good. So I like this so far. And look at the R ability. This is the thing that makes this weapon stand out to me and why you shouldn't look over it. 54 points of magic attack is 1 point away from level 7, which is max. That's insane. Boost magic ability potency at 27 points is level 4, which is absolutely cracked. That is absolutely cracked. At OB6, that's absolutely cracked. I know it's at 120, but if you get our abilities like this, then I think it's okay if you take this to 120 just for it to be a sub weapon because these that's insane. So let's go even further. Notice that the haste does not change, the 20% does not change, and I think that is fair because it would break the game. Another aspect of this weapon that is really weird is the fact that the magic attack and physical attack is balanced, but the heal is really high. That's weird to me. I don't know what they're trying to do. It is a support weapon, but it's very confusing to me. So, of course, your magic attack is potency high. The Regan is 15 seconds, which is really good. And if you do it twice, it's 18 seconds, which is really good. That's a lot of ticks. And you got 13% of healing potency, so. And like I said, 20%. But look at the R abilities. This is where this thing really shines to me. So you're max on your magic attack, and you're looking at level 5 here. That's insane. So Red, this character actually has weapons that actually give him elemental potency plus HP. Like the fire weapon, I think would be a good second hand weapon with this weapon. So not only could he buff, but he can also do AoE damage. I think that would be a great way to play him. There's a lot of potential in this character. I have to do a separate video on this character because he's very weird, but he is very necessary to me for the game going forward because you have to experiment with characters and you have to push it forward. So that's really good. Of course, you got magic attack boost, magic attack boost, magic attack boost, and you do not have a sigil break, which I do not like. If you're going to have a featured weapon, I think sigil breaks should be the norm. I don't think we should run away from that, or just something in the third slot. I think would be fair. So as far as this weapon goes in this costume, like I really like the costume, but here is my final thought on it. In all honesty, the character of Cait Sith to me is for whales or people who actually want to really experience the game in a new way. So if you're that person, then I guess you should summon. But if you're a free to play player, if you're new to the game, I think you should wait on this character. You do get 50 free pulls if you go through the mission, so you're bound to get one of his weapons, guaranteed. And from there, you can actually experiment and see if this is the character that you want to play. I don't think you should spend your hard earned crystals on a character that you do not understand. And Kite Sith is a character right now that we are still trying to learn and understand. So for free to play for dolphins, if you're a dolphin, it would be nice for you to give me some videos to show me how you would have done it because I'm not going to invest into this character heavily, not on my free to play account and nor on my pay to win account. So if you are a person that has experimented with this character, let me see some videos because I would like to know his full potential. I've seen a lot of whales actually take this character to great heights, but I would like to see some light and mid spenders. I want to see what your thoughts are on this character. But as for me, I want to wait and see how it performs before I really jump into it because there's some other characters that I really like to play. But anyways, thanks for watching. Have a great day and give me some feedback. Like, share, and subscribe, and laters.